I'm Young Buzz. Welcome back to the channel where we dive into all things K-pop with heart, hype, and a little bit of hot tea. And today, we're talking about something that's honestly long overdue. Baekhyun stepping onto the European stage as a soloist. Yes, you heard that right. After conquering South America and the US, our main vocal king is finally bringing his magic to Europe. And honestly, it's kind of iconic. Now, if you've been following Baekhyun's journey since his EXO days, you already know how much he's grown. Not just as a vocalist, but as a performer, a soloist, and honestly, a brand of his own. From soulful R&B tracks like Bambi to sweet bops like Candy, Baekhyun has consistently served range, vibes, and vocals that make you feel something. So let's catch up on what's been going down. On the 13th of July, Baekhyun officially opened the European leg of his solo world tour Reverie in Berlin, Germany. The venue? Uber Eats Music Hall. And from everything I've seen and read, the energy was through the roof. Fans got to experience live performances of tracks like Pineapple Slice, Village, Chocolate, Lemonade, and of course his new title track Elevate. And honestly, seeing him perform Elevate live? That's not just a concert, that's a spiritual experience. What makes this moment even more special is that this European tour marks Baekhyun's first time performing solo in Europe since debuting over 13 years ago. Let that sink in for a second. 13 years in the industry, multiple group comebacks, military service, solo albums, and only now, Europe finally gets to experience him live. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of feels like a full circle moment. He's been building this legacy quietly but powerfully, and now he's finally taking it to a whole new audience. And Berlin is just the beginning. Baekhyun's set to tour 5 European cities: Berlin, Paris, Amsterdam, Milan, and London. Each of these cities has a solid K-pop fan base, and I don't doubt for a second that the energy is going to be wild. The Paris show at Adidas Arena is next, happening on the 16th. And if the Berlin crowd was any indication, Europe better get ready to be wrecked, vocally, emotionally, and visually. Now let's talk about how fans are reacting to all this. The emotional impact of this tour is real, especially for longtime EXO-Ls and Baekhyun stans. For many fans in Europe, this is their first time seeing him live. That connection that fans have felt through screens and headphones for over a decade, it's finally becoming real, in person, and loud. That kind of moment sticks with you. And of course, we can't ignore the numbers. Baekhyun recently sold out all 19,000 seats for his upcoming concert at the Macau Galaxy Arena, happening at the end of next month. I repeat, 19,000 seats gone. That's not just hype, that's proof of his global demand. From Asia to the Americas to Europe, the man is selling out arenas like it's nothing. Which really makes me think, is Baekhyun finally stepping into his prime as a global solo artist? Has he quietly been building one of the most impressive solo careers in K-pop without the usual noise and chaos we see from others? Let's talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Baekhyun is underrated when it comes to international recognition? And if you're from Europe, are you going to see him live on this tour? Drop your answers in the comments, because I know for a fact the fans who've been waiting this long to see him are going to have some amazing stories. And if you've already seen him live, tell us how it was. Was it everything you hoped for? Did he sing Bambi and break your soul like he usually does? Stick around, because in the next segment, we're diving deeper into why Baekhyun's tour matters not just for him, but for K-pop as a whole. We'll talk about the impact of EXO's legacy, the growing solo careers of second-gen and third-gen idols, and why Baekhyun might just be setting the new standard. So now that we've covered the where, when, and what of Baekhyun's European tour, let's zoom out a bit. Because what Baekhyun is doing right now, stepping into global arenas as a soloist, actually says a lot about the current state of K-pop and where it's heading. Let's be real. We're in a K-pop era where solo projects are no longer just side quests. They're main stages. And Baekhyun? He's proving that you don't need to rely on a group comeback to stay relevant or fill stadiums. He's walking onto that stage with his own name on the ticket, performing his own discography, and fans are showing up in huge numbers. But what makes this even more special is that Baekhyun's not a rookie soloist trying to find his footing. He's seasoned. He's experienced. He knows how to command a stage with just his voice and presence. That's not something you can fake. That's something that comes from years of experience, growth, and trust, both in himself and from his fans. And honestly, it feels like he's entering a whole new chapter, one where he doesn't need to prove anything, one where he's not chasing trends, but setting his own pace. When you think about all he's done, from EXO to SuperM to his solo albums, Baekhyun has always stood out. But this tour feels like he's finally getting to enjoy the spotlight, just for himself. It also makes me think about the bigger picture, how soloists from second and third gen groups are carving out sustainable long-term careers, and Baekhyun is leading that wave. He's showing younger idols that it is possible to stay relevant beyond group activities, beyond military service, and beyond the traditional K-pop expiration date. And for the fandom, this is huge. Seeing your favorite idol go from group stages to solo arenas, from choreographed sets to intimate ballads, it makes you feel like you've grown with them. Baekhyun's fans aren't just cheering for an idol, they're cheering for someone they've seen evolve from a rookie to a powerhouse, from light to Bambi to elevate. So what does this mean for the future of K-pop tours? Well, it means soloists are about to take up more space. It means fandoms are more powerful and more organized than ever. And it means artists like Baekhyun can thrive without constantly being tied to group activities. That's progress. But let me ask you this. Do you think solo tours like this will become the norm for third and fourth gen idols? Or is Baekhyun just a rare case of someone who's built the perfect balance between group and solo? And if you could design the perfect solo tour set list for any idol, who would it be? What songs would absolutely have to be on that list? Let's turn the comments into a dream set list thread. Whether you're Team Baekhyun, Team EXO, or just someone who loves a good live vocal moment, I want to hear what your dream tour looks like. And hey, if you're going to any of Baekhyun's upcoming shows in Europe, Oceania, or Asia, let us know. Share your city, your excitement, and maybe even what lightstick color you're bringing. Because this moment is too big not to celebrate together. Thank you for watching this video and spending some time with me here on Anyang Buzz. If this is the kind of content you love, deep dives into the artistry, the culture, and the milestones of K-pop, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps us grow this community. Until next time, keep supporting your faves, keep showing love across oceans, and remember, music travels farther when we share it. See you in the next video.